Okay, we are live at the podcast, week number 10 in the books, and we have a repeat visitor to the podcast who loves the French vanilla coffee, the coffee cakes in the podcast waiting room. We have the Bengali Bombers again.
Yeah, Dave, it's good to be back. I think this is going to be a pattern going forward. But speaking of French vanilla, I want to just say, thinking about the people in Paris. So let's get this on.
That is right. Our thoughts and prayers with all the families and friends after that tragic accident. And it's moving forward, so things will all be justified. Thank you for that, Tmffl. All right, week number 10. You scored the most points for the week. You beat a hot team in the Gridiron Grudge match, but I don't think any team is hotter than you. You've won 6 in a row.
Yeah, the Bombers know how to cool people down. So the Gridiron had a good streak going, but we put an end to it, and it was closer than I had thought. But at the end of the day, a win is a win.
All right, Bengali Bombers, you're 9-1. You're heading towards uncharted territory. Only 3 GMs in the history of the league have 11 wins on the season. You already have 9. There's 3 games left. What are your thoughts for the remaining 3 games?
Yeah, I think the thoughts are that, this week I have a couple of players out for about me, but like any other week for the Bombers, substitutions will be made. Production will be had, and then we can just march on to another victory. But I'm not going to take anybody lightly. The 3 weeks are going to be tough. But like I said last week, I'm going for a 12-1 record.
All right, that's a confident Bengali Bombers. No one in the history of the league has gone 12-1. I guess it's the equivalent of going undefeated, but it's very hard to win 12 out of 13 games in this league. It's never been done in the 23-year history. So the Bombers, Brandon Cooks, manufacturing points for you from the flex position. Explain this draft pick of Brandon Cooks.
Yeah, and the key for the past 10 weeks has been patience. Brandon Cooks is not alone. Bombers have demonstrated patience on multiple players. So it's just a matter of production. You have the key players, and they have to produce, and not everybody has to produce at the same time, but they are production heavy, and when they're put into the lineup, they will come through for the Bombers. So Brandon Cooks was somebody that I was looking at, thinking, as usually hookup kind of a scenario. It started out slow. But him and Breeze have started to gel, and I'm looking forward to some more production out of the both of them.
All right, Bombers. Parting shots. You want to call out any GM? You want to call out anybody in your division, East Division?
Yeah, I'm gonna take this to call out the Western Division. I think the fact that I beat Gridiron created some hope this week for the Western Division to think they can sneak in, but unfortunately they have to play me at least one more time each of the next 3 weeks. So I'm excited that they got their hopes up by the win for the Bombers this week, but the hopes are going to be shot down over the next 3 weeks when the Bombers take care of business. And the East Division, I'm looking forward to the playoffs. May the best teams make it. Let's go.
All right, there you have it. The Bengali Bombers makes his second appearance on the podcast show. It hasn't happened often. I think only 2 GMs in the history of the league have had the most points for the week 3 weeks in a row. Gang Green did it in 2000. Whoop A Inc. did it in 2010 and 2011. So, Bengali Bombers, you can become the 3rd GM ever to do it. That's very impressive to have the most points for the week 3 weeks in a row.
Yeah, we're going to give it the best shot this coming week, and look forward to it.
All right, Bengali Bombers. We have a question from Tabitha in New Mexico. Yes, there are football fans in New Mexico. She wants to ask you a question. This is a Twitter question. She wants to ask you. You're having a great season, Bengali Bombers, but what is a Bengali?
So Bengal is a region in India, and the Bengal tigers are famous tigers in India. So when we thought about the team name, we said, okay, let's pick one of the regions in India, so called it Bengali. And then I wanted to call it Tigers, but I said, let me just call it Bombers. So we went with Bengali Bombers.
All right, there you have it. The Bengali Bombers, two-time champion, looking for his third championship and possibly his second championship in the last 4 years. So we wish you the best of luck, and I'm sure we'll be seeing you on future podcasts on this channel.